And one of the most prominent voices in the war, and someone we have remained in close touch with, Ukrainian Parliament member Kira Rudik, who is not only trying to govern her homeland of Ukraine right now, but has also taken up the arms to defend it. Kira Rudik is leader of the Global Political Party. She joins us now. Kira, just bring us up to date. We talked about a week ago. How are you right now? How are you holding up?
Hello, thank you for having me. Well, we are holding up great. As you have seen, the world thought we wouldn't stand more than 48 hours. Right now it's day 12. We are still standing, and watch us. We will be standing more. So as of right now, there is no Russian soldiers in Kyiv yet. However, we are preparing for a siege, and the city has been constantly bombarded by Russian missiles. So going into the bomb shelter and out of the bomb shelter is just like a part of the normal life routine. However, Russian forces are trying to get in. That's why my resistance crew and myself, we are helping out to neutralize them if necessary. Unfortunately, Russian forces have been bombarded the suburbs of Kyiv that are like 40 minutes away from where I am. So there are many, many refugees who are trying to get out to the safety, and today half of the day I spent together with my crew just driving people out of the fire zone where they are located. There has been amazing support from Kyiv citizens who still have the gasoline and still have some fuel, and who were coming there and just driving ordinary people who were bringing their children and saying, okay, we just need to move out. So the Russian military are polishing to the ground Ukrainian cities near Kyiv. And this is why we have been constantly saying that we need a no-fly zone over Ukraine, because we are fighting Russians very well on the land. We are doing a great job. For right now, we have killed 12,000 Russian soldiers. It's basically 1,000 a day. However, there is not much that we can do protecting ourselves from the sky. And this is why we are saying, okay, please, whatever you do, we need a no-fly zone over Ukraine. This is something that my country, that my people really, really do need right now. This is the main thing, the main issue. And if I can get my Kalashnikov and protect my home, there is honestly nothing that I can do with the missiles that are coming from the air.
So, Kira, let me ask you this. How are you governing every day? Is the parliament coming in and meeting? And how are you actually carrying out your role as a leader right now and other members of the parliament?
So Parliament had our gathering last week. All our security and intelligence said, like, red flag, no gathering, like, don't do it, it's too dangerous. You will be like right at the Putin's hands. He will be able to, with one shot, destroy like too many people. But we still gathered together, and we voted for the important legislation parts. Legislation pieces. We were singing national anthem right there at the Verkhovna Rada, and it was a symbol of unity because, you know, our doctors are still working, our soldiers are fighting, our teachers are teaching, even in refugees camps. So why would parliamentarians wouldn't come together and do and fulfill our duty? So this is what we have done, and we continue working as politicians. Coordinating, gathering troops, making sure that everybody has supplies, and honestly, right now, I'm just making sure that Kyiv is prepared for a siege that we are expecting within the next week. So
let me ask you about that. You're talking about preparing for the siege. I see behind you, you've taped up the windows. You've secured the windows behind you. Can you describe to me what you've done to make your area there safe? And also, you know, when I talked to you last week, you were training on your gun. You had not used your gun yet. Are you prepared to use your weapon, and have you used it yet? So describe how you've made your bubble there safer, and then talk to me about your weapon.
So. Good job figuring out this. So all the windows at the house where I'm located right now, they're all taped. So this is done. So if there is a missile hit just near the house, so when the glass is getting in, so the person who is standing right behind it wouldn't be killed by fragments. So it will just like go down like one piece. And this is super important. This is the first thing that we've done. Second, we have sandbags near the windows on the first floor. Then we had created like a small kind of shelter where we all hide under the stairs. This is where it's safe. We have all the supplies and food and medical aid planned for 14 days for the whole resistant unit that I'm leading right now. And it was quite an operational job to calculate all of that and make sure that we do have enough of stuff. And we are training 2 hours every day. So we are training to run with the rifle. We are training to load and unload it. We are training with different positions. So it's been 12 days, and I'm much better now than at the day one, that I can tell you for sure. And if there will be a necessity, and it seems like there will, I will be able to use my rifle and protect myself and protect our home.
Wow. Do you think that Putin is aware of what's happening inside Ukraine right now? Do you think he's in touch with what's really happening and how you are rising up and you are ready? And so tell me that first, and then do you have a message for him at this time?
So I don't think that he's fully aware. First of all, because he definitely miscalculated the amount of forces he needed to send here. And I like to say it's because he didn't count women in, and he only counts men. And now it's a big surprise for him that we are standing so bravely. However, I do understand that it's because of the major miscalculation that he has done, and because of the bravery of Ukrainian people who are standing up at every single point of every single piece of our land that they are defending and we are defending today. So I'm not sure that he fully understands why do people in our cities, when the cities, smaller cities are taken, why do they go out on the streets and laugh at the face of the invaders and say, you didn't take us? Well, you can come in and say, this is our city, but the city is us. So go away. And singing national anthem and laughing at their faces. This is what happened in Kakhovka yesterday. This is what's happening in Kherson. Unarmed people go out on the streets and say, no, you cannot have us. You can shoot us, but you cannot have us. You didn't conquer our city. We just deny it. And this is super surprising for Russian soldiers. And this is super surprising, should be surprising for Putin if he knows what is happening. I'm not sure that he's aware about this.
Have you witnessed, there's been talk of Russian troops sabotaging their tanks, not sure why they are there, not wanting to fight, not wanting to hurt the Ukrainians. Have you witnessed that? Have you heard that from anybody there on the ground? Have you experienced that?
So my colleague from my party, Roman Kostenko, is in Nikolaev. It's a southern city. He is actively fighting there. And he is saying that he sees lots of weaponry and lots of tanks that are were left behind because the soldiers ran away. And he was telling me when I asked, how are you doing? He said, would you believe in my troop, in my unit, if somebody would do that, there will be a punishment for that. I cannot believe they're doing it. So yeah, they do forfeit. They do forfeit their weaponry and the tanks and the military equipment because sometimes they're just facing the resistance that they didn't expect to be here. You know, Putin told them that they will be liberators. I heard the story that they said, we thought that we would come, we will be given our food, we will be given warm clothes, and Ukrainian women will be throwing themselves at us. And I'm just like, we will be throwing Molotov's cocktail at you guys. Have you seen yourself? So,
Kira, you always get straight to the point. So can Ukrainians physically take Putin down? Do you think that's what is going to happen here? How do you see this ending?
I see. First step, we need to be provided with a no-fly zone. Second step, we remove all the Russian soldiers from our soil. This is the only positive outcome of this I can see. The rest are negative outcomes, and I don't want to talk about them. They are just too depressing. We are intended to win. We are concentrated on the victory. We are very motivated. You see, there has been 12 days. We are still motivated as day one. We are supporting each other shoulder to shoulder, and we know that we will prevail. We are pushing back like never before. We are building a new nation, and I'm super motivated to know that at some point my country wouldn't have a neighbor that always wants to conquer us, that always wants to destroy us. So this is the goal right now. We are fighting this war so that Russia would collapse at some point, and we'll have things to do inside Russia, not outside Russia.
Final question, Kira, you know what Vladimir Putin wants. You know what the Kremlin has asked, and that is that you not become a part of NATO, that you change your constitution. They've talked about how they want you to, right here, recognize Crimea as Russian, as well as recognizing Russian-controlled separatist regions as independent. Will you do any of those things?
Well, I don't plan to do any of those, and my party does not plan to do any of those. And I'm sure that President Zelensky right now wouldn't do any of those. I could tell that these demands could have been better if the party that started them would be winning. But he is not winning here. Putin is not winning. He's trying to invade. He's destroying our cities, yes, but he's not winning.
All right, one more question, because Zelensky here in the United States is being talked about as quite a hero, a war hero, he's been called. This man was a comedian, and now he's turned into this icon for Ukrainian people, and Americans are recognizing it as well. What do you think of him and how he is presiding over your country right now?
So 12 days ago, I was as one of his harshest critics for the things that he was doing wrong. Right now, I don't care what he's doing wrong. I think what he's doing right is saving our country and standing up for it. This is what the leader should do, and that's why I support him at every step that he's doing right now. He didn't flee, though he could. He didn't bend, though he could. And he is right now showing the world how much of resistance Ukrainian leadership could be. And this is fantastic.
Kira, let's stay in touch. Please send us more photos of your training, your preparations, more on your resistant unit. We want to stay in close touch with you. Kira, we appreciate your time as always.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and glory for Ukraine.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.